How's it going, YouTube? Back at it again with another video. It's been a while since I posted anything. There was a reason for that, and I'm just gonna jump straight into it. This past Monday, I found out I lost a friend and mentor. His name was Eddie Jenkins. He passed away from a heart attack from shoveling snow/ice off his car. He's much older. He would have been 70 this year, this May, to be exact. I wanted to gather myself more because I've been a wreck mentally, emotionally the past few days, and it's hard to not talk about him, and I get worked up emotionally, and it doesn't feel real that he's not here. And I thought to myself, he would want me to celebrate life, celebrate my birthday yesterday, and he would want me to go on to do many great things. And he believed in me when I started the YouTube channel early this month. He said that he believed in me, that I'm a good man, that God is on my side. I just feel like he had much more time here. What God calls us when he wants us. We're on God's time, not our time. Eddie meant a lot to me, especially younger, 22, 21 years old, 23-ish year old Andrew. I was going through a lot of things in my younger years, a lot personal things I'd rather not go into detail about, but Eddie was there for me through the darkest of darkest moments I had in my life. And he really was that positivity that I really needed every time. He knew how to make me laugh. Whenever I needed wisdom or knowledge or something, even if he didn't have it, he knew where to point in the direction in which I needed. He talk about like Marvel, DC comic books and stuff, because he grew up when the comics came out. Tell me about comics from the 70s and 80s and 90s and stuff like that. And we would go on and on, talking about the MCU, like especially talking about like Doctor Doom and the Fantastic Four, and it just doesn't feel real, ladies and gentlemen. And the moment I found out, my mood went from here to, especially like it's like I was like excited. It's like my birthday week. I'm gonna be 30 soon. Yay! And then I get that news, and Eddie really helped me out a lot I reiterate this over and over again. He really helped me. Especially when I was going through my trials and tribulations early in my 20s. And I didn't have money to get a cab, or didn't have money to have food, or if he can give it to me, he would give it to me without me having to pay him back. And we used to work together at Stop and Shop together. That's how we first met years ago. And I don't even know how we started talking, but I just know he always made me laugh. Because I worked in the grocery department, he worked in produce department, and he would help me sometimes. I would help him sometimes in the produce department, bring out the what you call perishable load. He would help me sometimes with non-perishable stuff like GMC, health beauty products, and stuff like that in the grocery department. Sometimes frozen. He will help me push carts, or I'll help him push carts when they didn't have cart people. Yeah, me and Eddie, man, it's a very great friendship. One story I could tell was one time we was going to catch the coach bus, but Eddie was running a little late, and backtrack. I used to take 2 buses to get to work while all this stuff was going at a particular time in my life, and I had to catch the New Jersey Transit bus and then catch the coach bus to then take me further down to go to my job at Stop and Shop. And he was running late, and he missed the bus that I was on and got the next bus, which was probably 5 minutes behind. Not even, maybe 10 minutes. But I get on the coach. I was waiting for the coach bus. Didn't see Eddie. Oh, okay, maybe Eddie's not coming to work. And of course, honk the horn. Yes, people, I'm making a video about Eddie. Thank you. Wow, people are amazing. Anyway, so I'm waiting on the bus, and mind you, the coach bus driver is this guy. When I tell you this guy, if you are not if you're not at that stop by the second the last person heel gets past the first step in which the door is able to close, he's driving off. Even if you're stop the bus, he's going to keep going. So I'm the first person to get on the bus, and there's probably 10, 15 people who got luggage and stuff like that. And I get on the bus, and I'm looking at the window. I see Eddie trying to run to the bus, but he's I'm gonna say a good few hundred feet away, and I see him, and I have change in my hand to pay the bus fare, and I already paid, but I have extra because I always prepare myself for the worst case scenario, even if it doesn't happen. And I said, I gotta think of something to where he can catch up. So I'm what can I do? I had a change in my hand, and people, mind you, I'm standing right there at the very end, the first seat when you go into the bus. And I stood up, I'm checking my stuff, my pockets, and then I was whoops, and I dropped all the change. And so people had to slow down and stop, and I had to pick up the change from the floor, and I had to grab my quarters, and Eddie got on the bus just in time to make it to work. And we both made it to work on time. And I told him I did. He said, "Man, Drew, you crazy, man. But that's all love, baby." He said something like that. And I was like, I got you, man. It was funny because like he didn't expect me to do that, like create a scene. He was wondering why the bus didn't just drive off. And I told him what happened. He and I was laughing the whole day at work. Oh, good times. Good times. And I wish he was still here. And I telling people how he passed, and I tell people this. I'm telling YouTube, the world. He is one of the reasons why I'm engaged now. What I mean by that? Who I am now is not who the person I was 7 to 5 years ago. 4 to 7 years ago. I wasn't the same person. And Eddie is one of the, I'm going to say, one of the 5 people that really, one of the good people that, who I would, go to advice and counsel with. I wanted to talk to my fiance, but my then friend, Maria. But I was so nervous and I didn't have the confidence because of a previous situation. I don't know if I want to share that situation, but got the ball rolling. We're going to save that possibly for another day. And I was really nervous and I didn't have the confidence to go talk to her. And Eddie's not loud. He just says his voice carries. And he was like, man, Drew, what you scared for, man? Go on, talk to that woman, man. Look here. You a good-looking cat. You a good-looking brother, young, handsome brother. You stacking your paper. What's the first thing she could say? No? You gotta go for it, man. Don't worry about it, man. God's on your side, man. Everything's gonna be all right. Kept telling me stuff like that, and eventually I went and talked to her, and here we are 4 years later, and now engaged, and soon to be married, and hopefully, God willing, grants me a family and a peaceful, happy, fruitful marriage. And Eddie really gave me a lot of confidence and really like gave me that support that I really needed in a dark times. And I'm forever grateful for him. In the words, I can't even explain how of an amazing person he was to me. Like, he wasn't perfect, but he had a great heart. And there's so many stories I could tell you of him, but I just know he believed in God and that God had a plan for everybody. He followed Christ and that everything was going to be all right. And that he said I was going to be his friend forever and that no matter what, he'll always be there for me. So, and then in this video, I want to say thank you, Eddie. I really wish you was here still, but I know you're here in spirit. And to his family, his daughter, his grandchildren, my deepest condolences. And may he rest in peace. Everybody, have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day. Stay positive. One love.